Parents will oftentimes wonder whether or not their child's going to tell them whether something happened or whether or not they've been sexually abused. If you look at the statistics, the mean time between assault and when a child may disclose is 3 years. So I think oftentimes that's very difficult for a parent because they feel, well, I'm very close with my child will tell me anything, I feel like they should be able to tell me anything. Is there something I did wrong and they're not telling me? Are we not close anymore? And I think you need to reassure yourself that as long as you have been providing that support for your child, it's not out of the norm for a child not to tell right away. Some of the things that might instigate a child to tell, it's just very variable. Sometimes it's in school where they get the good touch, bad touch talk, or the police come in to talk about stranger danger and safety things that the child will suddenly disclose to the school teacher, or they may come home and disclose to their parent. Sometimes it's just something that happens where the child may have been molested multiple times, but something happened that made them tell. Just as an example, we've had a situation where the reason the little girl ended up telling was because the molester, the perpetrator, didn't let her watch her favorite TV show. And that's what just took her over the edge, is he wouldn't allow her to watch her favorite TV show, so she decided that she was going to tell somebody. So there's various reasons, and sometimes they may not make complete sense to us as adults, but the child has their various reasons on when they're ready to tell. As a parent, the main thing is to be supportive, letting your child know from the very beginning that they can always tell you if something makes them feel uncomfortable, if any person in their life is making them feel uncomfortable. For a younger child, you may ask them, does somebody make you feel icky? They may not understand uncomfortable, but they may be able to tell you, yeah, he made me feel really icky and I didn't like it. Again, you don't need to interrogate your child, but just be open to listening. If your child starts talking about something that happened to them at school or when they were at their neighbor's house or wherever, just listen to what they have to say. Again, you don't need to be the investigator and interrogating them, but listening, being supportive. A child can have a variety of behavioral signs after they've been abused. With younger children, oftentimes you're looking for detailed and age-inappropriate sexual behaviors. So if they have not been exposed to a particular type of sexual behavior and they're displaying that, you want to be more concerned because where would they learn that sexual behavior? Now, for instance, if they've seen mom and dad having some intimate relations, or they've been exposed to something on TV that had a sexual nature to it, or some pornography or something they saw in a magazine, they may imitate that. However, if they've really never had exposure to those kind of sexual matters, then you're going to be more concerned if your child is displaying those types of behaviors. In addition, younger children may also have this fascination with sexual matters and fascination with the genital area. That's going to raise a red flag. Also, they may have sort of behavioral issues of being more clingy, starting to wet the bed at night again, or soiling their underwear. A lot of these different aggressive behaviors, just sort of telling you that something's not right and they're just not doing okay. With older children and adolescents, you will often see, again, drastic changes in behaviors. So it's not whether it's a positive behavior or a negative behavior, it's drastic changes. They may, again, be on the negative side where they become more truant, they become more aggressive, they start having poor school performance, they start having difficulties with peer relations, or they may be on what could be perceived as kind of a positive side in that they become more hypervigilant and they want to be the perfect child. They want to become the straight A student and clean the house and take care of everything because they've been in a situation that they're completely out of control, but now they want to control that environment around them. So sometimes you'll see the negative behaviors, sometimes you'll see the positive behaviors. Also, with older children and adolescents, you will sometimes see them taking on more high-risk behaviors, such as drug abuse, alcohol abuse, sexual promiscuity, also self-injurious types of behaviors. They may run away, and then also really the extreme also is they may attempt suicide or actually succeed in suicide.
If your child has been sexually abused, there are a couple places you can go for help. One, obviously, is the criminal justice system, and that system is all about holding the perpetrator accountable. But from a mom's point of view or a parent's point of view, your goal is to see that your victim child can become a survivor and can heal and can have a normal life. And they can, but they can't do it alone. They can do it with the support of their family, coupled with great therapy. They need to be in an environment where they know that they are not ruined for life, that they can live a great life, that they are not necessarily going to turn into offenders for the rest of their life. their life, and more importantly, to know that they are believed. So it's an ongoing process of therapy, but they need to find a therapist who has experience in child sexual assault, particularly in the age group in which the child is a victim. So there are therapists out there that specialize in 2, 3, 4-year-olds, and other ones that specialize in teenagers. You want to find the therapist who knows the dynamics of sexual abuse, gets them, and has the default to believe kids and wants to help them.